Kenny's talked about a mixed bag, and that's probably true about him. But
sorry, Martin, I was going to ask you a question. How do you manage a player like that? Because he wasn't even in the squads at Man United, and then you see, especially the second part of the coverage you just shown, he's like a world beater. Right. So what do you do with somebody like that?
Okay, well, he's coming. I think it's actually relatively easy for the manager when you are on loan to be able to give that player loads and loads of confidence. I don't know what he's like at Manchester United, because at the end of it all, he's been late for training, he's done a lot of those things, and that becomes really irritating to a manager. But so they've allowed him to go out on loan, but I think it's quite easy for a manager to come, the new manager coming in and saying, listen, you've got ability, son. You can do it here. We're right behind you. And I think all of those things can give you a player a big lift.
I think the frustration thing is, but you see the brilliance, Martin, and then you see the frustration.
Yeah.
You see, like, not tracking back, not running, not sprinting, maybe in a Man United jersey.
But would you not
and
feel...
he's got a Villa shirt on and it's a totally different player, but he's the same person.
Absolutely. Would you not feel, Shay, that really just epitomises his game over the last number of years,
It's frustrating. You imagine Man United fans watching that tonight going, where's he been?
We're not talking 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there, good play, bad play. At Manchester United, we're talking 18 months of absolute drivel. We're talking about a player who was given a 4-year, off the back of a season, scoring 30 goals, Martin, was given a 4-year contract, made a highest paid player at the club, given the captain's armband, was an iconic figure of the football club, loved by the fans, and then he down-tools. He down-tools for 18 months at Manchester United. That's why he's at Aston Villa today. This isn't 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there.
I'll not disagree with that.
How can you deal with that?
However, but the lead up to that there, how else would you deal with this here? If he scored 30 goals in a season, you're hoping that he might be able to continue that. So I don't blame the club for giving him a contract like that. Obviously, you blame the player if, as you say, he's down
inside his head? What's going on inside his head there, man? 18 months.
Honestly, I think to myself, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of hundred.
Is that a character you want? Is that a character you want to bring into your football club?
I'm quite sure that when Manchester United gave him the contract, they didn't think that might be the character. And by the way, I'm making assumptions here, or you're making assumptions. I don't know. He might have done.
You know his performance levels at Manchester United during that period.
And that's what you can judge it on. You judge it on his performances, and then you take everything into consideration. There's lateness for training and things like you see, and then you start to wonder: does he really want it? There's moments here in this game against Aston Villa, or for Aston Villa, that you feel as if he does want it. If that's the case, personally speaking, I've never been wildly convinced about him, because sometimes he gets himself into, when he's gone left-hand side and goes in between two players, it never seems as if it's going his way. That season he scored 30 goals. I'll have to disagree with myself. But anyway, but overall, he's got ability. There's no question about it. And as Shay said, what do you do to get the best out of him? Keep encouraging him if that's the case. And then, if he doesn't produce, discouraging him by leaving him out.
OK, that's one way to do it. Two ways of doing it, in fact. What's going inside the head of Marcus Rashford is a question that we probably don't quite have time to fully answer tonight. It sounds like a couple of hours long conversation.